Yeah, finger guns. Uh-oh.
Or maybe we speak like the Temerians and just say everything in metaphors.
Oh, that would be great.
Okay, good. I can hear Tyler. For a second there, it didn't look like I could. And I got really
Oh.
scared.
I am here, I swear.
Like, I didn't change anything. I swear to God. All right. Well, welcome to Scotch Sporting, everybody. We are without our fearless leader again. Oh, how dare she have a life?
I know, right?
You know, like,
Seriously.
what are you thinking? You think
Kids and work? Like,
right?
come on.
Like, do you think that 3 men could possibly handle running a sports show?
No.
Seriously, leave us alone.
Unheard of.
Unsupervised. We have no idea. Like, I don't. I think we did this the last time. I don't know what to do with my hands.
No, we
That
did
was on a
that on
different
the
podcast.
Oh, that was
movie
that was on
that was
cinematic.
cinematic. So there it is. We just don't know what to do. Now it's on video forever on YouTube.
Ever.
100,000 years from now, aliens will discover the lost YouTube archives, and they'll be like, "Why did those guys put their hands in front of their faces?"
You must go back 15 years and watch a movie.
Oh God, it is that old, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
Do you remember that was packed in with the PS3?
I was gonna say that was with the PS3, which was 15 years ago. Oh my God.
Packed in. You buy PS3, free copy of Ricky Bobby on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So you can watch it in all its glory. All right, so tonight's episode, we're not gonna do any of the lead off. We're not gonna do it because basically we're men. We don't prepare, so we don't have a lead off. We don't have deep dive. I mean, it's all gonna be deep dive, and we're gonna be talking about new faces and new places. So we had MLB, the lockout end, which is fantastic. So the Blue Jays are back, MLB is back, and I think we're only missing like a week or 2 weeks.
The first two
series.
Okay,
yeah.
so it's like 6 or 7 games.
Yeah. Opening day is now April 8th.
April 8th. Fine. That's fine with me as long as we have baseball, because it was getting to be like, what are we gonna do? We gonna just talk about hockey and basketball?
Seriously.
And then what do you do when hockey's over? Imagine they didn't play baseball this season. We'd become a full-on CFL podcast.
I mean, there's still that Korean baseball league, but it's just a different time zone.
Yeah, that's no good. It's not happening. That time is this is too late. It's too late for us.
Or too early for some.
Or too early, depending on which side of the clock you live on.
Yeah.
So MLB's back. We had the NHL trade deadline was 2 days ago.
Monday, yeah.
Monday. And then we had obviously the NFL doesn't have an off season, guys. So they just, no matter what happens in sports, the NFL gets all the attention.
Always.
Yeah.
Because these moves have been bananas. So where do we want
big names too?
Right.
It's big name.
Right. Where do we want to start? Let's do NHL because I think nobody gives a shit except for Mark.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say.
So
there are
Mark,
a few who still watch the sport.
Right, and they all live in Toronto and Calgary and Vancouver. None of them live in Ottawa. Montreal, I think still there's some people there that care. Winnipeg, I'm sure people care there. Edmonton, they used to care, but what's the point anymore? And then anywhere in the States, nobody gives a fuck about hockey in the States. But anyways, let's start.
In the respective markets, they do.
Let's start with Mark Giordano, who I was surprised was still in the league. And was the captain of the Kraken.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, he was 38. Like, in determining who your captain was, it was pretty easy to decide which of that group of people that they drafted to be the leader, I guess. It's not a strong group, so he used the probably the biggest, most well-known name of that group.
Right. So, Mark, how you
But-
feeling about this trade?
It's an upgrade on defense. I'll take it, but
Does it answer? Does it answer the question of goaltending? Because it does
No.
not.
and what's funny was they tried to address that,
Yeah.
and because of the Nabokov rule, Arizona, who again, let's not forget, the Leafs picked up Carter Hutton from Arizona just for shits and giggles to take that off their hands as a a gesture of, we'll take that for you. We'll do you a favor. And then they fucked them over by claiming the goalie that the Leafs signed
Yeah.
in the Finnish league, which I thought was hilarious.
So did you? So I was talking to somebody, and I can't remember who, but they mentioned that Giordano won a Norris Trophy,
3 years ago,
right? Playing with
Brody.
who was it? Sorry,
Brody.
right? And they assume he's
Yeah.
gonna play with him again, right?
Yeah, I think he is tonight, actually.
Oh well, there you go.
Yeah.
So does this give you high hopes that this shores up the D?
It shows up deep, but the problem still is the goaltending, because if you look at the stats, the Leafs lead the league in least amount of times given to the opposition in their own end. But they're last in save percentage.
Wow.
Oh,
Right?
Wow, man! If they had a goalie, they
Yeah.
would be a Stanley Cup team.
Just like, a competent goalie. All I'm asking at this point is a Chris Osgood type who's, he's not going to be stealing your games, but he's solid in net, that he'll make you the timely saves that he needs you to make.
Yeah, that's all it
you
would
read
take.
right now. Yeah. And Shalgren in his short stint so far has looked that role. So in the short term, as Campbell recovers from his rib injury,
Right.
we'll see if that holds. But I mean, the playoffs are given for these 8 teams in the Eastern Conference. It's been given since November because the top 8 are so top heavy in the Eastern Conference that it's all a matter of where you finish at
Mhm.
this point.
So, Mark, walk me through this this joke that happened to my favorite team,
Oh, the Vegas.
the Vegas Golden Knights.
Golden
Walk me through this
Ah.
scenario, because
Okay.
I couldn't happen to a better group of people, both the team and the player involved from the other team. So please walk me through it.
So Vegas decides to trade Yevgeny Dadonov to the Ducks
Mhm.
for Kessler and I believe picks.
Yep.
And so trade goes through. Everyone thinks it's good. And then I think it was like later that afternoon, word came out that there was a snafu with the trade, because what the teams forgot was that Dadonov had a no trade list. And
Oh.
on that list was the Ducks. And I don't know why another team decided to check the list or, speak with the agent saying, hey, are there any sort of clauses in your contract that would allow this trade to happen? And so after a couple days, the NHL decided to renege that trade, void it.
Yeah.
So now Danov's back with the Golden Knights, and their Twitter post saying, we welcome him back to the organization. Let's say, it's
Like,
we wanted to trade you, but you know what?
hey,
It's
you're
fine.
back. Let's all be buds. How do you go back in that locker room?
Oh, even harder is how do you go back in the locker room with that salary cap
Right.
issue that they have now too.
Well, and so let's talk about that salary cap issue.
So now they have Stone and Alex Martinez on IR, which takes up about $14 million, I believe, and they need to be activated, but their roster is already full.
And they
So-
don't have the 14 million.
No. And people could say maybe they'll ride out like Tampa, leave these guys at IR, take them to the playoffs, and then go on a run like Tampa did. But
Right.
the problem is Vegas is not in the playoff spot,
The problem is, let's take a look at the standings here.
and they don't have a starting goaltender because Leonard is still out, and that's why they're not in the playoff spot.
All right, NHL standings. West. We need West. Oh, look at these Golden Knights. Good. In last 10, 3-7.
Yeah.
Even my Sharks are slightly better. Even the fucking Kraken are better. Ooh, dude.
When you have a goalie tandem of Brisson and Logan Thompson, I believe it is.
Right. It's a tough go, eh?
Yeah.
So Fleury ends up with the Wild.
Yeah, which is a weird trade. I don't know if you guys saw that tweet with that leak of the deal between, or the supposed deal between the Leafs and the Blackhawks.
No.
But there was a framework around Fleury and Hagel
Right.
to the Leafs for a couple of first-round picks and a high prospect.
Okay.
Now that got leaked, and Dewis was pissed that it got leaked because that trade, ultimately ended up happening. So Fleury to the Leafs was a possibility, but now he goes to Minnesota on a conditional first-round pick, which isn't bad. I mean, Minnesota's a good team, but they already had, I guess, a starter in Talbot, but I guess they're not confident in his ability to carry the team. Which works out for the Sharks, because the Sharks got Kakkonen out of that deal, which I think is a solid goaltender.
Oh, there you go. We'll see. The Sharks, I expect after this Hurdle signing that the Sharks are going to be garbage for at least the next 5 years.
Like, I'm surprised they committed to that. I thought they were going to go full on rebuild, get rid of these contracts, but no, let's throw more money on these players that we already have.
I don't understand it. Like, listen, Hurdle's a great player and I like him. And the problem is this team with his contract and Carlson's contract, Burns, like, you can't have a team. There's no team there.
Yeah.
I just, like, I don't get
it. They just full on refusal to do a full rebuild.
Yeah. So, Mark, we'll bring it back to the Leafs before we move on from the NHL. Oh, is there any other big NHL trades?
Giroux to the Panthers.
Giroux to the Panthers. That's right. That is a big deal.
Yeah.
That is a big deal.
Apparently, Florida was the only team he wanted to go to.
Wow.
There's no other team he was going to get traded to.
Wow. So, is this the Panthers' year? Is it their Stanley Cup to lose?
I wouldn't say it's their Stanley Cup to lose because, again, let's not forget, they haven't won a first-round series since '96 when they made the Cup Finals.
So, to me, sounds like they're due.
You can say the same thing about the fucking Leafs. That's not happening.
I wouldn't say. I could say it, but I wouldn't.
Florida has, if they need to really look at the stats. Their road record isn't that impressive for a team that is high up in the standings. It's pretty 500-ish.
Right.
The goaltending has been spotty, especially with Bobrovsky. One night he can be stellar, and the other night he can be shit, like most goalies.
Yeah.
I can literally count my hands the goalies that I can count on in the playoffs. That's Vasilevsky, Markstrom, Shesterkin.
Right.
That's it. Everyone else is a question mark.
What happened? What happened? Do you 15 years ago? Like all the playoff teams had solid goaltending.
Had a workhorse, yeah.
Right. Had a guy you could count on for 65 games.
Yeah.
What
it's
happened?
Gone now. It's all tandems now.
Why?
And look out for Boston. Boston's got a great tandem. Even though Swayman doesn't get the majority starts, he should because he's the better goalie. But him and Allmark, solid.
But why? What changed? What changed with hockey that you can't ride a goaltender for 65 games?
I have no. Maybe it's the conditioning or the stats behind overworking a goalie. Because the last true workhorse was probably Price and Lundqvist.
Right.
Because
they would have been like the last of that era. I'd put Fleury in that era.
Yeah, I mean he's still playing up, but he's been in a tandem for the last 5 years.
Well, right. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about those last years. Yeah.
Especially in Penguins. I mean, he was in tandem both those cup years.
Interesting.
It's like the running backs. There's no longer that single workhorse running back. It's a committee now.
Yeah.
And whether that, proves successful health-wise for these athletes long-term, stat-wise, maybe it'll show. But
this also means we'll never see like a goalie get signed long-term for like $8 million.
I mean, $8 million still probably ballpark, but maybe not $10 million.
Right. There's no more Carey Price contracts.
No, or Bobrovsky, who got the last big one.
Yeah.
He's the most, I think, at $10.5 million.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Bobrovsky?
Bobrovsky. I mean, he does have 2 Vezina trophies to back up his case, but
Sure. How many cups does he have?
But no playoff success whatsoever.
Right. Oh, that's
which is why, again, I think Florida is overrated.
right.
I'd rather take Tampa over Florida. I'll even take the Rangers over Florida.
You think Tampa can they would three-peat, right?
They would three-peat.
You think they can do it?
They can. They got that. They have the best goalie in the game, Vasilevskiy. They have the best defenseman in Hedman. And when healthy, Kucherov, Stamkos, and Point. Oh my God, watch out!
Remember when Hedman came into the league and I took him in the keeper pool? Yeah, he was garbage.
Remember you traded Joe Thornstrip for Crosby?
Yeah, straight up.
Oh.
Straight up.
to a Pens fan.
Yep.
And you know that was never gonna be like that was forever for life.
Yep, that was for the rest of that league. All right. So do we want to move on? We got anything else, NHL?
No, we can move on.
All right. Let's move to the baseballs.
The baseballs.
So there was a lot of talk, right? When after the deal had gone through that we were going to get baseball, there was a lot of talk that Freddie Freeman was going to sign with the or get traded to the Jays.
Well, because Carlos Baerga had that prediction last year with Semien, so people were like, "Oh, is he on it again?"
Right.
He's getting a 70% success rate here.
So I think my biggest problem with that was well, we already have a first baseman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't want to move Vlad. He's good at first base.
Yeah, leave him where he is. Don't fix what isn't broken.
Exactly.
Essentially.
So instead, they trade for Matt Chapman.
Another Oakland A's third baseman.
And the last time we traded for an Oakland A's third baseman, it was a little guy, might have heard of him, MVP kind of guy, Josh Donaldson. And that led to 2 stellar playoff runs that stopped short, but were exciting nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we're going to get the same. I don't know. What do you think? We're going to get the same.
You know what? Josh Donaldson wasn't even the first Oakland A to have success as a Blue Jay. Let's not forget Dave Stewart. Back in 93,
that's right.
Got traded to the Jays. And what did we do in 93? World Series, baby.
So is that it? Mark calling it right now? World Series 2022 World Series
I'm calling
champs?
playoffs for sure. Because
100%.
Whenever we've gotten someone from the Oakland A's, they've had a fucking awesome year with the Jays.
Now, right, because Semien
was the other one.
Semien, yeah. Okay, so we like to fleece them for good players, and then, so let's do it again.
Because we're willing to pay for them.
Right.
Whereas Oakland's like, I got a budget here.
Moneyball, baby. Hey, have you seen the movie Moneyball? That's us. That's us. We don't pay shit. We just replace you with numbers.
Yeah.
Jonah Hill runs the little computer, and anyways.
Yeah.
So they expanded the playoffs this year, yeah?
It's part of the CBA, so it's forever going forward now.
So an extra team.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's going to work like
same as it was last year, right?
2 teams get the bye.
And is it going to work like the COVID year, right?
Yeah.
Because the Jays did make it the COVID year.
Yeah.
They played that one game. Or no, it was 2 games. 2 games, right?
2 games.
So it'll be a 3-game series?
Probably.
Okay.
Same. Because you don't want to go too long. That way there's not.
Well, you don't want to. Right. You don't want to go outside of October.
Yeah.
So. Interesting. I'm very excited. But I heard at first they were getting rid of the Ghost Runner, and now the Ghost Runner's staying.
No, it's completely gone, isn't it?
I heard that it's back.
What?
Yeah.
I heard it was back too.
Yeah.
I heard that they got rid of the 7-inning doubleheader.
7-inning doubleheader is gone.
Yeah. And I thought Ghost Runner went along with that.
It was supposed to, but apparently that.
Okay, where is this arc? Because I for sure thought it said officially we're done with that.
Let's see. MLB Ghost Runner 2022. Ghost Runner extra innings returning. Oh, and they added a Shohei Ohtani rule as well.
Let's
Yeah,
see
the
Ohtani rule.
DH is
So if
the
he's
DH is back in the NL. So if you're a pitcher and you want to bat, if you come out of the game as a pitcher, you don't have to leave the game as a DH.
Oh, right.
That's because they're technically two different positions,
Yeah.
I guess.
I'm okay with it, but yeah. MLB will again have a ghost runner on second base beginning in the 10th inning of all regular season extra inning games.
Boo.
It says that regular season, so that means was it already not in the playoffs?
Yeah, it was on
Oh.
the playoffs. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
Good. Also had support for managers, GMs. The rule was initially implemented in 2020 as part of the league's COVID-19 health safety protocols. Yeah, I guess it's staying.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, because it sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as it's not in the playoffs, that's really
Yeah.
that's really all that matters. I mean, you don't want playoff games decided by a fucking runner that wasn't earned.
It's baseball's version of the NHL shootout.
Yeah. I mean, wow, there's a lot of dumb overtime stuff in sports.
Remember basketball. Basketball has it right.
Basketball does have it right. Hey, keep playing. Oh, it's still tied.
Someone wins.
Oh, it's still tied. Keep playing.
Going.
Oh, it's still tied. Keep playing.
It's a regular season game. You keep going.
You keep going. It's fine. It's fine. Just keep playing. Shut up and play. All right. And what else happened in baseball? Anything else crazy? I knew we needed to talk about.
Correa signing with the Twins.
Right.
Not the Yankees, not the Red Sox, not the Dodgers.
That's
the
weird.
Twins.
That's weird. Oh, Josh
Yeah.
Donaldson to the Twins too, or to the
No,
Yankees.
Yeah.
And I don't like that at all. Oh, who
Good to
else?
see a lot.
Who else signed
should
with the
top
Yankees? There was, oh no, it was Donaldson with the no facial hair.
Yeah. Got those sideburns.
Got to get rid of those sideburns.
And I guess the other big name, Freeman, that we thought was going to Jays, ends up going to the Dodgers.
Obviously. Obviously, the Dodgers just spending all the money. Well, they don't like that they didn't win the World Series, right? So,
Yeah.
they're like, well, you won the World Series, so come play with us.
Mhm.
All right. Let's move on to football then, if there's really nothing else for the baseballs. What a crazy fucking, just absolute insanity. So Aaron Rodgers stays in Green Bay.
For more money.
For more money. Not enough money for Devontae, so he's out.
Yeah.
Yep.
He goes to the Raiders, and now I'm sure.
Who at the time signed a record contract
Right.
for wide receivers.
It's been record contracts all like the last 2 weeks. Oh, this is the highest paid wide receiver in the league. Oh no, now this is.
Yeah.
So, okay, so Aaron Rodgers stays, and now we've got, we got the Steelers that still needed a quarterback. Broncos needed a quarterback. So Russ
A lot
and
of teams need a quarterback.
what's that?
A lot of teams need a quarterback.
That's true. Russell Wilson ends up in Denver. Awesome.
Yep.
I'm sure, Mark, you like seeing him out of the NFC. You like seeing him out of your division.
You know what? No matter how shitty the Seahawks are, they somehow always find a way to beat the fucking Niners.
Well,
I don't get it.
they're not going to do it with Drew Lock. I can tell you that much.
No.
Did you see Drew Lock's thing? His tweet after he got traded?
No.
Talking about how good the fans in Seattle are.
Wow.
Yeah, just didn't say anything about Denver. Just talking
Thank you,
about
Denver, for those draft me. No,
nothing.
looking forward.
Nothing. Just fuck you, Denver fans. I mean, I'm sure he heard it because, I don't think anybody thought he was going to be the guy.
No.
And so I'm sure the Boo Birds were out when he was around, and, you don't necessarily want to stick around in a place like that. So I don't blame him. But
Well, remember, this is a guy who was quoted saying as every time he throws the ball, in his mind, he's saying, "Oh my God, I hope that makes it."
right.
Professional quarterback, everybody.
That is a starting quarterback in the NFL. Like, oh, I hope he's open. I hope I didn't underthrow him. Okay, so Russell Wilson ends up in Denver. Denver fans ecstatic. The AFC West is insanity right now.
Mm-hmm.
You have all four teams that are playoff contending teams.
Contender.
And sadly there's like almost no chance. Like at least one of those teams is missing the playoffs. Like I said, it's possible, but because you have to play in your division so much, that makes it less possible.
Yeah, because that's 6 games right there against like playoff contending teams.
Exactly.
Whereas someone like the Patriots don't have to worry about, or the Bills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the one good or the entire AFC South.
The Buccaneers. The Buccaneers.
Yeah. No wonder Tom Brady came out of retirement. By the way,
like, look at this division.
By the way,
shit.
We post our episode with Tom Brady retiring and calling him. Me and Mark argued about whether he was the greatest of all time. And then he goes and shits on everything and says, "Yeah, I'm still gonna play." And then the poor dude who bought that fucking football for $500,000.
Who cares?
Fuck him.
Fuck him.
I love your attitude.
To spend on the ball.
Yeah.
He's
apparently Tom offered him some Bitcoin for his losses.
Are you serious?
Yeah, take the Bitcoins, dude.
Yeah, Tom offered him some Bitcoin.
Amazing.
Watch, as soon as Tom gets the ball back, guys, I am now retired.
I'm now retired. He just wanted the ball back. That would be amazing. But yeah, that division's a joke now.
Yeah.
So the Deshaun Watson thing, I think, was the most interesting thing to happen, because I go to bed one night and everyone's saying Watson to the Falcons. And I'm like, okay, I get, that makes sense. It's time to move on from Matt Ryan, and like, it's everywhere, right? It's everywhere. Mm-hmm. Like, it was a done deal.
Especially when he had already spoken with Cleveland, said, "Okay, Cleveland, you're out."
Right.
Moving on.
Right. So I go to bed and then I wake up in the morning and it's Deshaun Watson to the Browns, and 5-year, $230 million, all guaranteed.
Fully guaranteed.
All guaranteed. Listen. Deshaun Watson is a great quarterback. $230 million guaranteed. That's a lot of fucking money. He hasn't played in 2 years.
No.
We don't know what he looks like. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what he looks like on the field.
Mm-hmm.
What?
And he doesn't know your system yet.
And he doesn't know your system. And listen, like, I'm sure the change of heart was someone from the Browns called his representation and said, "Hey, we're going to offer you this, and it's all guaranteed." Because Atlanta wasn't doing that.
Especially after Mayfield saw that they were recording him and they put out that letter, and then Cleveland's freaking out. It's like, oh shit, we upset our current quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he doesn't want to come back. Okay, we need to get
right. And that was it, because Baker had also put out the thing saying, I love the fans, thank you guys, blah blah blah. But then it fell through, and then Baker's like, no, now you need to trade me, and they're like, nope. And well, now they need to trade him. So. And then this is Atlanta also saying, "Oh, by the way, Matt Ryan, we're moving on."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so now they're left holding the bag, and they're like, "Well, we've told him we're moving on, so let's trade him," and they trade him to the Colts.
Yeah. Again, Colts new quarterback, 6 years straight.
Woo! Is it 6? I thought it was more than that.
No, Luck was injured the year before,
right.
so
that's right.
Yeah,
Luck took a year off in between.
That's right.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Colts fans. I really do. I really do. Since Peyton left, you guys. I mean, those Luck years were pretty good, but not great. They weren't the Peyton years, that's for sure.
No.
And I'm sorry to break it to you, but Matty Ice isn't going to do it for you either.
He's an upgrade from Wentz. He won't lose to Jacksonville, I'll tell you that.
Sure, but he's also I mean, he's also playing in the AFC now.
I know.
And the AFC is stacked at quarterback.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous. So, I don't know. So now Atlanta's like, well, I guess now we got to sign somebody. So let's get Marcus Mariota.
Question mark? Is he still around?
This is a bad move, right?
Oh my God. It's an awful move. But you know what? What's left on the market for these guys, right? I mean, they know they're not going to contend, so you might as well not commit big money.
Jimmy G's out there.
But he that's a lot of money.
Sure.
So you might as well just take these next few years to stock up, build,
Yep.
Although they should have did that last year with Justin Fields available at number 4. But no, let's take Kyle Pitts because we want the best receivers for our team. And now, let's not forget, they've lost Ridley for a year, so
right,
and maybe more. So they really have no shot at anything this year.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So and then today, Tyreek Hill gets traded to the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I don't get it.
I love it. I love it. Anything to take weapons away from Mahomes is perfect.
Yeah.
Like, did anybody see this coming?
No.
No, but when
Not to
you
the
realize
Dolphins.
when you realize what it was for is because it was money related,
Right.
then you understand why he got traded.
So here's Tua thrown to a wide open Tyreek Hill. Yep. Oh,
I totally forgot about this.
this is so good.
Kills me every time.
We got this one. Tua thrown to Tyreek Hill. Boom.
Jeez.
I love it. Look at in the face. Boom. Oh, gotta get your head in the game, ump. I mean, is like, what's the point of this? Tua's not running that offense.
This is it. This is the make or break year for Tua, literally. Like, here are the weapons. If you can't do anything with this, then you're definitely done with us.
But you can't do anything with that.
I know.
And what's their backup plan? What do they do next year?
They have Teddy Bridgewater, don't they?
That's right. They do have Teddy Bridgewater.
So he's there.
Oh, what if Dark Horse Teddy Bridgewater just like,
he could be the better quarterback,
right?
For them.
Like Tua starts the first two, and then they're like, let's put Teddy and see what happens.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
or more likely, Tua gets hurt.
Right.
Teddy takes over.
Right.
Like he did with the Saints, and then runs the table.
They're still not making the playoffs in the AFC. The AFC is so stacked.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
They're not even the best team in their division still.
No. They're not even the third best. Well, they're the third best team. They're definitely not second.
No.
Because the Patriots are still the second best team in that division.
Yeah. Patriots will be patrioting.
Yeah. And they did surprisingly little.
They re-signed players, right? Like they brought back players that were there before. They lost a whole bunch to the Raiders with McDaniels.
Oh, right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
McDaniels took a lot of players. Not shocked there.
Fucking hate him. Fucking hate Josh McDaniels so much. So much. That that was a fucking hit job, right? Bill sent him to Denver to tank the team. He said, you go take that job in Denver. You go take that job. We have problems winning there. You go take that job. You dismantle that team.
You trade up for Tim Tebow.
That's right.
Replace.
Trade up for Tim Tebow.
Yeah. And get rid of that mopey face quarterback over there.
Get rid of mopey face smoking a cigarette on the sidelines. You get Tim Tebow so he can do something like this. God damn it. Tim Tebow was our quarterback, guys. Hey, he won a playoff game. That's right.
He won a playoff game.
Like, a walk-off win in the playoffs. It was pretty good.
Thomas won you that game.
Sure.
Catches a 5-yard slant and then just books it.
What a play. I love watching that play.
So good. Hate watching the next week though.
That next week didn't happen. There was no game after that. That was the
end of the season.
That was the end of the season. Yeah. What else? Okay, did I miss any? I feel like I might have missed some.
Devontae Adams going to the Raiders.
Devontae Adams going to the Raiders, right? Thus making the entire AFC West stacked.
Yeah.
I mean, the Raiders were already pretty good, but like this is like, who's the worst team in that division? Who's the worst team in the AFC West now?
I don't know.
That's like that's like trying to say which of your kids is the worst kid. You can't.
I can do that. Good thing they don't listen to this. But no, like they're all good teams. And it's scary. At least one of them, and possibly two, will not make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I am going to put it down as my prediction that all four will make the playoffs because I want to see it. And then when it happens, everybody will be like, he's a wizard. You're a wizard.
Look at the AFC West last year.
Yep.
3 of the teams with winning records in that division made the playoffs.
Yep.
The only one that didn't was the Seahawks because they had a losing record.
Right. Oh, let Russ cook, baby. It's going to be a good season. And the best part about Russell Wilson being on the Broncos is the Broncos will be on TV. That's the best part because the Broncos have barely been on TV since Peyton left. And now
did they play more 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock games? Mainly 4 o'clock games, right?
Yeah, usually fours.
Yeah.
But it's still on the West Coast CBS feed.
Yeah.
It doesn't usually show up on the East Coast unless you have DAZN.
Yeah.
I heard it sucks.
I don't know, man. On watching DAZN on Apple TV every Sunday, I have 4 games on at the time.
Really?
Yeah.
On one TV?
I usually just put on Red Zone.
You can put 4 games on at the same time?
Yep.
How much?
So it's normally like 3 games in Red Zone.
Right. But how much is it?
150 for the year?
For a whole, or is that for the season or for you pay
the whole year?
You pay in 1 year chunks?
Yeah.
They don't have a monthly option?
Oh, they do.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like, yeah, if you want to pay monthly. That's where I watch most of my English Premier League games as well.
And I was going to say it's Premier League, it's
and
NFL.
Darts and snooker and yeah.
Do they have, but they don't have like baseball or...
No. Well, they have some baseball games.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I only watch Jays games anyways. They're all on TV. But
yeah, because Rogers owns them, so it helps.
But they don't have like NHL or NBA.
No.
It really feels like if they had one more U.S. sport.
If they had one more big sport, yeah.
Well, the problem is like the NBA like has a TV contract with who they have. I think it was TNT and someone else. Yeah. So they're already like spoken for technically, right?
Right.
So until a new CBA shows up, they can't include streaming yet. I'm sure when
dumb.
the next CBA comes up, they'll add that, and then they'll get more money for the league.
Yes. More money.
Streaming's the future. It's the future sport. It's the future of everything.
Al Michaels, man, he's going to fucking Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When are the Is the Thursday nights?
On Amazon.
Thursday nights. Yeah. And now you have fucking boring Buck and.
Oh, that's awful. That's awful.
I'm just glad that the Manning cast was signed for 3 seasons, and.
But I want it for all 18 weeks now because I will not listen to fucking Aikman and Buck. I hate them so much. They are awful.
They're
I love that Manning called them out during one of the episodes of the Manning cast, saying how bad that they were.
Oh, that's awesome. That's dumb. All right. Did we miss any other big ones?
In terms of
I don't think so.
Names, I mean, let's not forget. So first, Roger signs the highest contract.
Right.
And then Watson beats him.
Yeah.
Like a week later. Adams gets the biggest contract, and then now Tyreek Hill beats him. Because his is 4 years, 120 million. Was it right?
I think so. Yep.
And I think like 50 something is guaranteed, 50 plus.
God damn. That's a lot of money to be guaranteed. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right.
There's not to play. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, and it's funny because I'm like, oh, I can't believe all this guaranteed money, and then you remember that like hockey, it's all guaranteed.
Yep.
If
Hockey,
if a team is stupid enough to baseball, it's all guaranteed. If they're stupid enough to give you the money, you get it. And that's how it should be in all sports. Right? Like that's how it should be. Why is football like that? Now that I think about it,
because the owners control everything in that league.
It's the same in the CFL. Nothing's guaranteed in the CFL, and you can't even.
Yeah.
They don't even do guaranteed money in the CFL.
No. Yeah.
Like they don't do it at all.
No.
Shit's got to change, man.
Well, that's why the union's so much better for the NBA, especially the NBA, because they're the players have the power.
Right.
Hockey's a little bit okay, but the salary cap hurts the players big time.
But it needs a salary cap.
Does it though?
Yes.
Why not work? Why not have the same model as the NBA?
Stop it, Mark. You can't. Well, maybe. Okay, maybe the same model as the NBA. Because what's the NBA? It's tax, right? It's a cap and then tax.
It's a luxury tax, and then there are exceptions. So there's like ways to keep your superstars, because that's the reason why all these exceptions happen. Because Larry Bird came up on contract. The league didn't want to see Larry Bird lead the Boston fucking Celtics in the 80s because it was Celtics Lakers in the 80s.
Right.
So they made an exception to the rule. And so Gordon Miller actually a couple of months ago tweeted a suggestion saying for any team that drafts its own players, they should get a sort of salary cap reduction.
Oh.
Like a 25% like discount, because you drafted this player, you developed them. Here's your bonus for doing
That's
that.
a really good idea. That is a really good idea. The players would sign off on that.
Absolutely.
And the owners should think that that's a no-brainer too, because it's like, well, this is my guy and I get to keep him.
Yeah. Or even like a third line like guy, like I love this guy playing my third line. I just drafted him, but now he's due for raise to only like maybe $3.5 million, but that's $3.5 million I can't afford anymore.
Right.
Even though $3.5 million in real dollars is nothing in the NHL, right? That I think is something that should be
right. The thing that the reason why I don't like getting rid of the cap is because then you go back to the days where but I mean, like, the one cool thing about those days was the trade deadline was like the fucking
everyone moved.
It was crazy back then.
Big names moved.
Maybe what you do, here's my suggestion. Maybe what you do is you do to get the old trade deadline back, all those players the cap hit doesn't get hit. Because it's after the deadline anyways, right? So after the deadline, the cap doesn't matter. For any of these players you'd trade for, their cap hit doesn't hit you.
Yeah, because they don't count in the playoffs anyways. So
right. And you're getting them for the last push in the playoffs anyways.
Yeah.
So why not just make it once the trade deadline hits, any player acquired from and make it any player acquired from like up into a week before.
Yeah.
And then that way you're just like, boom, any player acquired, the cap hit doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then we get those exciting trade deadline days, like, because they were fucking bananas. Like, it was bananas.
You made a day out of it,
right?
Like, you literally, like, people would take, like, I remember as a kid, took school off.
Take the day off of school, yeah. Because you never knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah, who was gonna be moved, and if you change it to that way, what even makes it even more exciting is that the off season, because then these teams need to get back into cap compliance,
and so they have to get rid of them again. Yep, that's right. Or restructure whatever, but you got to move them back.
Yeah.
Or you do it. I don't know. How does it work in soccer with loaning players? How does that work?
Oh, soccer's a
It's a complete
completely.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
because it's like
Animal.
right. It's like
You
a
literally develop your own talent.
right,
from the
and it's
ground
like
up.
it's like a slave trade,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and
Because like you actually
yeah,
like
you
own the
sell
rights
them.
to the
Yeah.
player. Yeah, that's fucked
Yeah,
up.
the other team buys the player off of you. You
That-
get the money
That's
to
fucked up.
pay salaries, and yeah, that's why the transfer fees are wild.
Okay, so don't do it like soccer.
No,
But I think this is a good proposal.
Yeah.
I'm turning this into a TikTok.
there you go. Do it.
Like, seriously. I think it could work. I think that it would bring excitement back, and then your team's out of it. You can fleece these teams that are desperate to make that push, and then push the trade deadline back again. Because remember, it used to be late, right? Like it used to be
like April actually.
Yeah, you knew you were in or out.
Yeah.
Like you knew you were out, so you were selling. And it's like, I can get a first round for this guy. Let's do it. Second round, whatever. That's it. Go back to April trade deadline or last week of March. Do it last week of March.
That was a whole month of playing.
Yeah. I think I'm
I
a
like it.
genius. It's hard keeping all of this brain power in this head.
The hat helps.
The hat does help. All right. Any other sports news we want to discuss tonight, gentlemen?
Big
One
retirement
thing
news
I-
on tennis. I
Oh,
want to say
Oh yeah, that was huge.
Ash Barty, women's world number 1,
Mhm.
age 25, retires.
Retired.
why?
And like she hasn't lost. She has not lost this year at all.
Yeah.
Like
She's not injured.
She's won everything she's played. She's not injured. She just. I watched the interview. She's just not in it anymore.
It's the grind that
Yeah.
she's lost
Yeah.
love for.
No, that
She
yeah,
doesn't-
I get it. I
She
get it.
loves tennis, but she doesn't love the
business.
winning. Like she
Yep.
doesn't. It's not. I don't care anymore.
Wow. Imagine
Yeah.
working your whole life for something and you're 25 years old and you're like, I'm done.
Although she's made tons of money.
Sure.
So
And she's
more than
earned the
compensated.
luxury to be able to say that.
Yeah.
But like, to me, to think about like, I've worked my whole life to get to this point.
Yeah.
And now I'm here and I fucking hate it.
Yep.
Yeah, oh, true. Yeah.
Right? Like
that
that's
regards, yeah.
that's the crazy part is like I worked all my life for this.
Yeah.
This is shit.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yep.
Drops the mic. Boom. Crazy. All right, what were you saying,
The interview
Tyler?
was a little longer than that. Canada.
That was the other thing I
Canada.
was gonna say.
Soccer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tomorrow night.
Is this
Win,
it?
Win.
and they're in.
Win or tie, and they're in.
Oh, what time's the game?
10:05.
That's so late. I stream at that time. How am I supposed to watch the game?
Have it on the background.
I don't have monitor space for
You got
Your
a phone?
my phone. What? I can't watch a
You-
fucking game on this.
You have an
little this
iPad, I
is.
believe. No, then
I have iPad.
You
I have
you
I have
got
a laptop.
there you go.
There you go.
Where am I going to put a laptop? Do you see this desk?
You're just making excuses. All I hear is excuses. Excuses.
What channel is it on?
I believe it's on
Sportsnet, probably.
Sportsnet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's funny is our listeners will know the results before they even hear this.
Oh.
It's true.
And it's just if they win tomorrow night,
Yep.
Sunday's game is going to be a fucking party, and it's going to be awesome.
What? Okay, so they play tomorrow and then they play again on Sunday,
Yeah. So they play in Costa Rica tomorrow,
right?
and then they play Sunday against Jamaica at BMO Field.
Oh
and
wow!
I'm going. I
Oh
can't
god, it's
friggin'
gonna be
It's
be
gonna be
bananas. So
bananas.
let's say they lose to Costa Rica.
Yeah.
What do they need after that? Do they just need to beat Jamaica and
they
they're
just
in?
they just need a win. Yeah.
They just need one
That
win.
or the other teams lose, and then they're
Yeah.
in.
Right.
I think Panama's the team
what-
that has to lose,
that-
right? Panama loses, and then they're in.
Does any
Panama
team need to
loses
lose
to-
by 6?
sure. No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
I don't think
So it's
so.
not like Ted Lasso.
But yeah, like no, it's not, unfortunately. But like you've got the U.S. playing Mexico and this weekend, and they're the top two teams below us.
Right.
I think the U.S. plays Panama as well, who is the fourth place team. So the teams below us are all playing each other, so they can't get max points.
Right. And Mark's fucking singing Panama over there.
I know.
All right, guys. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. All right, cool. Well, thank you for listening to Scotch Sporting, everybody. You can find us on all social media at Scotch Sporting, the TikToks, the Facebooks, the Instagrams. Mark does his lock-in picks. Mark, what's your Instagram?
The Mark Bunn.
The Mark Bunn. Get those lock-in picks. Mark, what's your record for the lock-ins? Because I know you know it.
I stopped tracking a couple days ago because I fell behind in my
I throw it to you for like.
I know.
And you.
I don't
and
even have a
you
spreadsheet
stop
open.
tracking it. Oh my God! Well,
I haven't said
listen.
the last 3 days. But
Whatever
you know what?
it is, it's good.
Yeah.
Mark is winning more time than he's not, so make sure you
I put
check
up my
it out.
units, like results at the end of the day. Last night was a loss, a small loss, but
How many followers you
rare.
got, Mark?
well, it's hard to determine whether they're following me for the gambling or just for my personal account because it's all melded into one.
Sure.
I don't know who's following me for sports. I know 2 people are.
Okay.
I don't know who else is
You need more followers. The Mark Bunn on Instagram. Go follow him. Make some money. Why not?
Yes.
Make some
Why
money.
not?
Make some money. All right, guys. That's it for us. We'll catch you guys next week. I was going to end it like I end my stream, but I better not do that. All right, guys. Thanks for watching and listening to Scotch Sporting.
You're going to play the Bill and Ted song at the end, too?
I could.